little bit more awake now. So pretty sure in the first video my eyes was like this. So okay, yeah. So another episode of that deep shit where we connect the dots. So so as a recap is what we talked about in the first video. We talked about how the sound codes or the information rides on that wave of vibration that we call sound. So information riding on the vibration is what sound is, and exactly what sound does. But let's take it a step further and get a little bit more specific. So sound could be anything from this to a whistle, to a bell, to a drum, to whatever, okay? But if you want to start shaping the sound as in a tone, as in a om or a lam or any type of mudra or word, is when you start to sharpen or shape the sound with intent of specificity. So being specific would be saying a word or a sound that will shape the intent but not necessarily be specific to it. And I'll try to clarify what I mean. So say for example you say I love you to someone and you actually mean it. Now the word love is sound shaped in the form of a word, so it has a direction, love. So if you really mean it with the intent of love and you're directing it to a person, place, or thing, whatever, and it enters that person, because remember it's being absorbed, and you're directing it to a person, place, or thing, and it's being absorbed with the intent, that intent will pierce through. Now, where you have to be careful and where these, and I have to be honest with you and let you know that there are dangers to this, knowing this. There's dangers, but there's also protection in knowing this type of information. So that's why I'm sharing it. I have to do it. I have to share both sides with you, you know, so you can make the decision to do good or bad or positive or negative or whatever you may feel it is. But it's also to protect you from it as well. So when you say I love you, but you put a negative intent on it, the sound being shaped as love that's being sent will pierce, because you're sending love but you have a foul intent. Example, on some pimp shit, you know, or not on some pimp shit, on some manipulative shit. You're like, oh, I'm finna tell this bitch I love her, you know what I'm saying, so I can get this bread. I ain't tripping, you know what I'm saying. When you're using it like that, so the sound is still being delivered and still being absorbed with that word love, but the intention is bad. You don't want to do that, because in this universe there's always, you reap what you sow, and there's always balances. So there's always a reaction. For every action there's a reaction. So when you do things like that, you will get a reaction. You may get whatever you're trying to get, but there will be something attached to that. That's the other side of this thing, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like I said, it's also used for you to be protected by this, you know what I'm saying? So being careful with the sounds that you knowingly absorb. That's the best way I could put it. Or being mindful of these things, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with listening to some, you know, some Bobby Shmurda. You know what I'm saying? If that's what makes you happy, so be it. But just understand that when you're listening to these songs, you know what I'm saying, with these lyrics on top of them, you're being You're being fed information. Now, if the song truly resonates with you and makes you happy, then that's what it does. You know what I'm saying? But just know you got to be careful when, you know what I'm saying, when you're listening to certain stuff, and there's always information being delivered. I'll just say that. And for all you rappers or musicians, producers, songwriters, poets, band members, whoever, you have great power. You have great power with music. This is why music is so influential in the society, or just even on this planet. You know what I'm saying? The drum is the oldest means of communication on this planet. The drum. Period. And the thing about the drum is really the first binary code. It's the first binary code because the actual hitting of the drum is the 1. Then the silence in between that is the 0. So when you're hitting a drum, boom, 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 you're taking in information in binary code, 1s and 0s. Silence, noise, silence, noise. This is binary code. So again, if you are a musician, understand the power that you have. Do not abuse it. You know what I'm saying? Use it for something. Actually encode information into your sound. Actually do it. And actually try to better this place. Why waste the energy? Why waste the time and the effort? You know what I'm saying? And this is how you get your whole theories of satanic people or the Illuminati controlling the music industry and all that shit. That's fucking fairy tale shit. But it is true that there are forces that be that use music to mold society for different agendas. I will say that. You know what I'm saying? Taking the whole Illuminati scary shit out of it, because fuck that. They ain't the Illuminati, I'm the Illuminati. You know what I'm saying? I'll say it. And what? You know what I'm saying? So now, what you gonna do? You feel me? But yeah, man. Stay tuned. Subscribe.